So you've worked really hard on this site, it's ready to go live, your client has paid you and they want the site to be activated as soon as possible. So what steps do you need to go through? It's pretty simple. I mean, this is obviously assuming that the domain name is live, you have registered it, it's a usable domain name, and therefore this number is going to disappear as soon as your domain name becomes active. So if you wanted to remove that name, that number, it's in settings and general, and you would need to just take it out of the URL there. Now if you take that out before the domain name is live and the DNS is updated, then you will lose access to the site. You'll have to go into the database and reinsert that number. So I suggest you don't do that until you know 100% that the domain is active. Incidentally, if you can try it out by literally just taking the number out at the front end, hitting refresh, and if you see the site, then the domain name is active. Okay, so you would remove that, and then the next thing I would suggest you do is you go to settings and reading, and you untick discourage search engines from indexing this site. So that means that Google will start to index it along with other search engines, of course. I would then suggest that you go to your plugins, and if you've installed my default set of plugins, there's one called All-in-One SEO Pack, which I would activate. Now there's another very popular SEO plugin, search engine optimization plugin, called Yoast, and you could perhaps look at that one as well. Yoast is sort of handholds you through the SEO optimization process in a little better than All-in-One does, but I tend to not use Yoast. I prefer the All-in-One pack. Okay, so one of the things that I would do is I would go to Feature Manager within All-in-One SEO, and I would activate XML Sitemaps, Social Meta, Bad Bot Blocker. The others I tend not to use. Robots TXT I activate as well. So there's 4 that I activate: XML Sitemap, Social Media, Social Meta, Robots Text, and Bad Bot Blocker. I then go to XML Sitemap and I set this schedule to either daily or weekly and save or update the sitemap. Now what that does is it creates a file of all of the pages within your site, and basically Google reads that file in order to better index your site. There's a lot of information out there on the internet about optimizing your site for search engine optimization, and it's outside of the scope of this course to cover that, but suffice to say this is one of the tools that would potentially be recommended to use. There's a lot of configuration that is required in here if you want to use it. I've found that it's not really necessary other than that initial setup. If you create your page names correctly, you have some good content in your site, then eventually it's going to get picked up anyway, organically, rather than you forcing the issue. So I tend not to spend a great deal of time on that, but obviously that comes down to your client's wishes. That's pretty much it, other than settings, reading. Very often when I'm working on a site, I would not have the home page set to home. It would be set to something like a holding page, which would just be a blank page. Actually, let me just show you how to do that. I'm going to add a new page now. This is another feature within Avada that is not that I have not found in any other theme that I've used, and it can be very useful for hiding the content of a site if you've got a live domain active. So I'm just going to create a page called holding. I'm not going to put anything on it. Well, actually, I'll add. Oh, you see, because I've activated All-in-One SEO, it's now appearing at the top of the page, which I find really annoying. If you just go to Screen Options, untick All-in-One SEO, it'll then disappear. So I'll just put a container onto this page, but I'm going to set the template to be blank page, and I'm going to publish that. Now, in doing that, I've just realized that I've still got appearance, the menu set to automatically add top level pages. So if let's just go back to the version with the IP address in it. If I refresh this now, we've probably got a page called holding added to the menu. Waiting for that to load. Okay, there it is. So I really didn't want to do that. You just need to watch for things like that. So if we now go to appearance and menus, we'll take this out, remove that, and untick automatically add new top level pages to this menu, save the menu, and refresh. Okay, so that menu item will now be gone as soon as the page loads. Okay, there it is. So we're back to the menu as we want it. Now let's just go to settings and reading again, so I can show you how I would have used the holding page had I been developing a real site. So I'm going to set the home page to holding. Now if I refresh the page, what we should see is nothing. So it's just a completely blank page. There's no navigation, there's no footer, there's no header, there's no sidebar, nothing. It's just a blank page. Now I can actually go into that page, the holding page, and I could edit it. And I can just put in some text to say website under construction, for instance. Please check back soon. Okay, and let's center that and maybe make it H2. Save and update. Okay, so there are lots of under construction plugins that you might try, but I found that with Avada you don't really need it. You can put pictures on there. You could put a contact form that allows users to register their email address with you, so you can let them know when the site's actually live. All sorts of options with that. But that's basically the holding page feature. So if that had been in place while you were developing your site, in order to view your site, all you would have had to do is to put / and then whatever your page name was after the URL, and then you could get to view your site. Obviously, unless the user knew that the URL, they could not get to view the rest of your site. But then importantly, you need to have the discourage search engines box ticked. Okay, so if the holding page was in fact in place, what we would have had to do is to go to reading, settings reading, and change the home page to home and save the changes in order to launch the site. So you just make those changes and then your site is live. You can let your client know, and hopefully everybody's happy. End of module.